Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. That is all I am asking from you right now. I'm going to tell you something that has been quietly circulating in the most exclusive automotive collector circles in Europe and America for the past month, and that the mainstream automotive press has almost entirely failed to report. The 2026 Citroën DS 23 is coming back, in metallic gray and black two-tone, with a deep cognac leather interior that is, and I am choosing this word very carefully, the single most beautiful automotive interior combination I have personally witnessed in over a decade of covering extraordinary automobiles. Your 10 seconds are up, and I genuinely believe that if you leave now, you are going to regret it. Because what I'm about to show you and tell you in this video is something that people are going to be talking about for a very long time. Now I need to give you some context before we walk around this car, because the DS23 occupies a very specific and very important place in the Citroën DS story, and understanding that place changes everything about how you see what Citroën has done with the 2026 revival. The DS23 was the final and most powerful evolution of the original DS series, introduced in 1972, and representing the absolute pinnacle of what the DS platform could deliver in terms of performance, refinement, and presence. It was the DS at its most mature, its most resolved, and its most completely authoritative. A 2.3-liter engine that gave the car genuine performance credentials to match its already legendary ride and handling. Fuel injection that made it the most sophisticated production car available in its era. And a presence on the road, that unmistakable DS presence that had lost none of its power to stop people in their tracks after nearly 2 decades of continuous production. The DS23 was the farewell performance of the greatest automotive design of the 20th century. And in 2026, Citroën is staging its return, and they have chosen metallic gray and black two-tone with deep cognac leather to announce that return to the world. And the announcement is simply breathtaking. The people who have had early access to this car, the journalists at invite-only preview events, the serious DS collectors who were consulted during the design process, the Citroën heritage specialists who worked to ensure the revival honored the original with complete authenticity, have been reacting in a way that is deeply unusual for people in those circles. These are people who see extraordinary cars every week. People who have driven original DS23s across France and know better than anyone what the real thing feels and looks and rides like. And they have been saying publicly and privately that the 2026 DS23 does not just honor the original, it elevates it. That, from people who are constitutionally resistant to hyperbole, is the most powerful social proof that any car revival could possibly receive. And it should tell you everything you need to know before we even begin the walk-around. So let us start at the front, because the front of the 2026 Citroën DS23 in metallic gray and black two-tone is where this car makes its first and most immediately powerful statement. The hood is long and magnificently tapered, stretching out ahead of the windshield in that extraordinary DS fashion that makes every other car's proportions look somehow incorrect by comparison. In metallic gray, that hood catches light with this incredible shifting, living quality, deep and cool in shade, brilliant and almost luminous in direct sun, and the black two-tone elements frame and anchor the gray surfaces in ways that add visual depth and drama that the original DS never had access to. This is a metallic gray and black combination that was clearly chosen by people who understood exactly what it would do to the DS23's already extraordinary body surfaces. And what it does is simply magnificent. The front fascia of the 2026 DS23 is faithful and beautiful. The headlights, those distinctive, elegantly detailed DS headlights, sit integrated into the front body with a fluidity that makes them look as though they were never separate elements at all. The grille opening is low and wide and precisely proportioned within the overall front architecture. Chrome detailing runs across the front with the kind of restraint and precision that only truly confident design achieves, present enough to add real richness and real period-correct character, controlled enough that it never competes with the extraordinary form of the body itself. In metallic gray and black, the front of the 2026 DS23 approaching you on a road is something that will make you slow down involuntarily. It demands that response. It has always demanded that response, and the 2026 model demands it more powerfully and more completely than any DS that has come before it. Moving around to the side, and this is where the metallic gray and black two-tone combination reveals its full and extraordinary genius. The gray carries the main body surfaces, that long, flowing, organic sculpture of a roof and door panel and rear quarter, while the black picks up the lower body elements, the sill areas, and the carefully chosen accent surfaces, creating a visual separation that gives the car incredible depth from every angle. The roofline sweeps back in that incomparable DS arc, the shape that Roland Barthes compared to a Gothic cathedral, the shape that automotive designers have been studying and attempting to understand for 70 years without ever fully succeeding. In metallic gray over black two-tone, that arc becomes even more dramatic and even more visually extraordinary than it is in any single color, the gray surface catching light along the roof and flowing down into the black lower body in a way that makes the car look as though it is perpetually in motion even when completely still. The windows are large and beautifully proportioned, that characteristic DS greenhouse that connects the occupants to the world outside, while still somehow maintaining an atmosphere of complete private luxury within. The chrome window trim runs clean and precise along the glass line, and the overall side profile of the 2026 DS23 in metallic gray and black is something that I want you to genuinely take a moment to appreciate, because this is one of those automotive views that reveals more the longer you look at it. The proportions are so perfectly resolved, the surfaces so completely harmonious, the two-tone treatment so precisely calibrated that extended looking feels less like examining a car and more like reading a very well-written poem. Everything earns its place. Nothing is superfluous, and the result is simply one of the most beautiful side profiles of any automobile produced in the modern era. The rear of the 2026 Citroën DS23 in metallic gray and black is where the car delivers its final and most poetic visual statement. The tail tapers to that clean, elegant, beautifully resolved DS conclusion, that form that feels like the perfect punctuation mark at the end of an extraordinary sentence. The taillights are slim and horizontal, integrated into the rear bodywork with the fluid precision that defines every other element of this design. The black two-tone elements frame the rear treatment with exactly the right amount of drama and contrast. The chrome bumper detailing is elegant and generous, a final note of period-correct richness. And in metallic gray and black, under any lighting condition, the rear of the 2026 DS23 is simply one of the most completely satisfying automotive views of 2026. People who see this car driving away from them are going to stop walking. They are going to stand completely still, and they are going to keep watching until it has completely disappeared from their sight. Now let us step inside, and this is the moment I have been building towards since the very first second of this video. This is the detail that nobody in the mainstream press has properly communicated. This is the thing that the collectors and the DS devotees who have been inside the 2026 DS23 cannot stop talking about. I chose Deep Cognac leather for this car, and I need you to understand why that choice is not simply a color preference. It is a design decision of the highest possible order. Deep Cognac leather inside a metallic gray and black exterior is one of the most sophisticated and most emotionally powerful automotive interior and exterior combinations that exists in the luxury car world. The warmth of the Deep Cognac against the cool sophistication of the gray and black exterior creates a tension and a harmony simultaneously that makes stepping inside this car feel like stepping into a completely different world. Warmer, richer, more intimate, more completely enveloping than anything the exterior prepares you for. The moment that door opens with its characteristic DS quality, smooth and perfectly weighted, and you lower yourself into the cabin, you are completely surrounded by Deep Cognac leather of extraordinary quality and depth. Every surface, seats, door panels, dashboard facing, headliner, center console is wrapped in this magnificent leather that responds to light with a warmth and a depth that is simply unlike anything available in the current luxury car market. The stitching is precise and beautiful ivory contrast thread on Deep Cognac leather that adds visual detail and craftsmanship quality at every point your eye travels. The seats are wide and deeply comfortable in that classic DS tradition, supportive enough for long distances, relaxed enough that every journey feels effortless regardless of how far it extends. The dashboard is a masterwork of considered simplicity. That iconic single-spoke steering wheel, the most recognizable and most beloved interior element of any production car, sits ahead of a beautifully detailed instrument cluster housed in a sculptural pinnacle that feels equally connected to 1972 and to 2026. The dashboard face sweeps across the full width of the cabin in one clean horizontal form, deep Cognac leather across every padded surface, wood veneer inlays adding warmth and period-correct character, chrome details placed with absolute restraint and absolute confidence. The overall atmosphere inside the 2026 DS23 is one that I can only describe as serenity complete, absolute, uninterrupted serenity in deep Cognac leather with metallic gray and black visible through those large, beautiful windows. It is a serenity that is also profoundly beautiful. The powertrain expected for the 2026 DS23 is a refined 2.3-liter four-cylinder unit, honoring the original DS23's legendary 2.3-liter configuration with complete historical fidelity, producing approximately 230 to 260 horsepower, smooth, refined, and perfectly matched to the grand touring character of this car. The legendary hydropneumatic suspension returns in its most advanced and most completely realized form, that self-leveling, road-reading, impossibly comfortable system that made the original DS the finest riding car ever built by any manufacturer at any price. Nothing on the road in 2026 will ride like the DS23. Nothing has ever ridden like the DS, and nothing ever will. Pricing for the 2026 Citroën DS23 is expected to start between $72,000 and $82,000 for the base configuration, representing extraordinary value for an automobile of this design heritage, this ride quality, this material quality, and this complete uniqueness in the modern automotive world. Fully specified examples in metallic gray and black two-tone with the complete deep Cognac leather interior are expected to approach $115,000 and potentially beyond for the highest specification configurations. Production will be strictly limited. Citroën has confirmed that the DS23 Revival will be produced in intentionally constrained numbers to maintain the exclusivity that this nameplate has always deserved. An early allocation is expected to be fully reserved within weeks of order books opening. The DS devotees and the serious collectors who have been waiting for this car for decades are already in contact with their dealers. The window to secure exactly the car you want in exactly this extraordinary specification is open right now. But based on everything being reported from inside Citroën and from the European and American dealer networks, it is closing faster than anyone predicted. Deliveries are expected to begin in the first quarter of 2026 and continue through 2027. The demand from European markets is already extraordinary. The demand from American DS collectors is building rapidly. And the metallic gray and black two-tone with deep Cognac leather is the specification that everyone who has seen it in person is requesting first, which means it is the specification that is going to be allocated first and allocated fastest. Do not be the person who watched this video, felt everything you just felt in the past 8 minutes, and then told yourself you had more time than you actually have. The DS23 is back. Metallic gray and black and breathtaking outside. Deep Cognac leather and completely extraordinary inside. Floating over roads on the finest suspension system ever fitted to a production automobile. This is the most sophisticated, the most historically significant, and the most completely beautiful luxury car being offered to the world in 2026. Citroën has built something worthy of the greatest automotive design in the history of human civilization, and the people who secure one are going to be driving the most admired, the most discussed, and the most completely unforgettable automobile on the road for everything that comes next. Drop everything in the comments right now. I read every single one, and this is already one of the most active comment sections on this channel. Give this video a thumbs up if it moved you at all, because it helps the channel grow more than you know. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single video as we follow the DS23 all the way to launch day and beyond. I will see you in the next one, everybody. Take care.